Sunday at Le Giornate del Cinema Muto, and there are so many films for me to talk about, I don't know where to begin. Let's start with 10 a.m. East Lynne, 1913. This is a British film, a super production, one of the longest, it was the longest film made in Britain at that time. East Lynne is the key element of our section this year on melodrama. It's a series that we hope to continue over the coming years, where we look at a particular chestnut, what we call, one classic example, a novel, in this case by Mrs. Henry Wood, which is much better than people realize it is, well worth your visiting, I hope you do. And we're looking at a version from the teens, one from the 20s, and a parody. So today we have the 1913 East Lynne, beautifully restored thanks to Christopher Bird. This is well worth your exploring to get an understanding of both the novel and of also how melodrama was being used back in this time. After that, we had the first in our series on Italia Almirante Mancini, one of the great actresses of her day, who's been unfortunately more or less forgotten. We think of Francesca Bertini, Pina Menichelli, Lida Borelli. Italia Almirante Mancini at the time was also on that same level. She was an actress as well as a diva, and that's the thing that you're really going to notice as you watch these films. We have a film from 1917, Notte di Tempesta, and the only surviving fragment from a film by Augusto Giannina called Femmina from 1918. Both of these films are going to begin to give you an idea of just how she manages to encompass both the diva that we classically think of in the teens in Italy, as well as a superb actress. Just after lunch, we have a very special program for you of Japanese paper films. Now, we think of 9.5 millimeter as a kind of amateur format. In Japan, they were printing these on paper. It was a far more economical way to have movies at home. But as you can imagine, it's also much, much more fragile. So the survival rate is abysmal. It's thanks to Eric Faden at Bucknell University who really spearheaded this campaign to try to restore as many of these films as could be found. And he's brought them together for us for a program with two wonderful Japanese musicians who'll be performing traditional instruments. And this is once again going to give an understanding of just the diversity of film in this period. The films that are included in the Japanese paper films program are cartoons, they are reductions of feature-length films, actualities, a bit of everything, including some films with sound. So don't miss that screening. After that, one of the highlights, I would say, of the year is an extraordinary program, a little long, I have to warn you, it's going to be 122 minutes, so 2 hours, 2 minutes long, of Chaplin. This includes the films that, for me, are some of the most exciting that we're showing this year, our home movies of Chaplin. These include things like Max Landauer visiting Chaplin at the studio, Winston Churchill and Chaplin in 1929, but also later films of Chaplin in the 1950s, home movies. These give an insight into the man, into his personality. They're very, very rarely screened, and we're deeply grateful to the Chaplin family and to the Chaplin office for giving us this opportunity to show these films to you. In the evening, we have the classic Fritz Lang film that forms part of our Canon Revisited series, Der Mude Tod, usually known in the United States as Destiny, one of the great early Fritz Lang films. I urge you to read Joe McElhaney's catalogue note on that film, which really goes into detail on the film's importance. We're delighted to have the accompaniment of Ilya Politayev, who is going to be performing on both piano and harpsichord, each instrument fitting a particular element of that film that lends itself to different kinds of musical voices. And I also want to point out that after Destiny, after the Fritz Lang, we're showing the first two in the program called The World That Was, The World to Come. We're going to be doing that most evenings, not lasting more than, let's say, a half hour, 45 minutes after the main film in the evening. But this is to give an idea of the program, which is looking at our past and how it's connected to our present. So tonight there's a film showing tourism, battlefield tourism right after the First World War, quite surprising as you'll see, and some films of South America. So enjoy the screenings and we'll see you tomorrow.